Edumienu ekopi mawia no mienu live on Royal TV. Eye dwumadia ofa Poku Danko ye executive director Edema Free the Mind Movement ene ofa Israel Nkroma eye coordinator Edema Free the Mind Movement no. Ebeka me Michael Asma ho. Na ye sim konwa na di dwumadia ho chia me. Na ensem bi atise no ye gina twe kronkron so abakosem ene ntwere ahodo so na dia mo hu ba bia obibini ufiri ene mu a eduro ene soma a wosombo. Na mabrofo sisi a che ebra so se call together twene kaye no etumi bam ne no ana hya ase o Free the Mind Movement Jumadie friends say Wake Up Africa Jumadie so praso say ye fa Jumadie live on Royal TV so kwaseda we ni kwaseda bia awia dumienu kopim no mienu na ya jo so adwenche na wasemmisa ye ano e dia ma Wake Up Africa abibi man moma yen sore
Jumedia if Wake Up Africa, you do see the idea this morning, and that's so a brasso say a cost you see a dear. Na sele wundimino edisa ya na obibia ye krado se opese ohu de ekoso era wo twetwe mu nsem a ye kan ni nyina no woni je ho na sele woni je ho no saaso ye ba betoa so na yehu de SSA ye na oman bia na yewu mu na so oman ga na yewu mu ye be hu kwan be fase ye be di obo ade enhyehyɛ so na enkoye se ye ya adefufuro bi eti obo ade edisa ya abodu ni na mpirifo aya krado na mesoma gina kunde na ekyerese ye de dwumadi a eye Wake Up Africa for aprope eye kusie de bia no eno ana ye de ba abesomo na mpelifo ama yenim se yenim di dwumadi eye wofa ya Poku Danko oye Free the Mind Movement executive director ono so owa ha saaso na Israel Nkroma the national coordinator eno so aye krado ewa ha se ne dwumadi ye ba de di ne sonko se le yenim no na wotwe mu no yenim wa topic bi mu a wa woni tua na ebo odi yie ankasa na sa topic no eno so na eba betoa so na kai se na ye ka nsemu a efa gazing interfere any tumu asem se bi se de wonmu no eno asemu na ye ka na ye ma abakwasem se na wo fa ya etumi di abakwasem e ma wo no na Israel Nkroma edi wiemu na ye ko hu bebi ensem no etotofa ene anomemu a aba manfo entumi ka hwe emfa hu eno na ye ba betoa so se le be ya enne so wo be hu se de dwumedi esitie na ndefo nya botre menya dagire na fa pen amekyerɛ sɛ utwire dua na okrata anase book sɛ be ya wobetumi state verses na ebeba abonten no sɛ be ya wobetumi state topics anase website na ya obisa anase graphic dates any time a yɛde ka asɛm no bebe na motumi fa bisa sɛ wobetumi ama me date no graphic time website ni sɛ me kan na wanya adagire wetumi atwere ni na pepepe saa so na ebe koso ene so sɛ wonnim no koso no na koso you say aye krado na dwumadi no hot ekube me tra so dia na wa woni se sitie me nkasa bebiri na kompanifo na madam modi na dwumadi ahyehyɛ so na se na be ya bibia be koso pepepepe midini Michael Asma ena se woni mu ni ana me tire dwumadi mu na hosti ama na questions ana se text message bia no obetumi aba obetumi akɔ social media handle Wake Up Africa GH on Facebook so na Wake Up Africa GH YouTube now so let me at text here and normal SMS and WhatsApp and 0504643052 05046052 so so let me at text here now with the WhatsApp so you can amount send abiche na wotwe no se no fa ya ema ya bakwasem no ene so de be hyase na yehu na ya toa so na ya kum na yehu the topic no ankasa se the topic no etie no me no we kan aka ho asem dada e na wotwe mu no na topic no the demonic spirit behind the sexual revolution in the world today the demonic spirit behind the sexual revolution in the world today ene wasem ene ye beka na quick meko Israel na mechia no na akọ fa na emide ho no atwaso Israel ma akọ aba apo mu e obi jama won ti say
Sunje.
Biaye.
Wode wo ho.
Papa.
Ko da moment.
Me hu ana mani aje. Grazie.
Thank you.
Ola,
Mike, abụghị ọgba adị adawo ma ihe
mesime ho ye.
baabi akọ ya nso ya.
Efie nkọmọ hɔ na ɛnjɛ ɛbɛka na etiri.
Bati.
Ɛbɛka na etiri efie nkọmọ hɔ. Ɔba na wotwe etwi mu no, ɔma yɛ hu abakwasɛm kakra. Nyɛ kakra mpo, dodoɔ na ɛfa ɛyɛ homosexuality. An act or put it together, or push such an agenda to the people of Omubiasi. Now, as we hear about the whole story and the history behind it, who said music is one, what is rock music, using drugs is also one, and sex as also one of the factor to play such a role. And then who say a course in social media, and then who say a course physically, and my statement we by say sex has become the literature, or if I'm writer, a literature to prostitution. You say no a course. You say sex and angasa become the literature to prostitution and angasa. The children are watching people with the just say some into me uncle so now so repeat a whole lot of questions came only this question say aso my Ghana your room ya JD and I say engine the FS homosexuality no because I say your man pingin excuse me almost say to me sinipi and mine say engine to and I say you too no be nipa ba ko bidin omo pram one of the MPs so no do a trade him Emma your man in letter say to me to kwan enko other European country. Is it the same thing that we are seeing here or different thing? Sana romba ni bisa opening media ma.
That's Mike. You can let's hear a film.
Okay.
Last week, Abakoso me buy and say, NA homosexuality, LGBTQ plus and someone Ghana Bobby Tumsi say. We don't know baby free any baby echo. Until last week we had the 1960s youth counterculture bi America and Europe. And now any maba say the only for ashishato and society based on conservatism and manema ehwa ya misuo kakra wuri won de omompe na omo edi culture fufu bi ba based on sex, hard drugs and rock and roll music here. And I can say institutions may be in a church and then no sorry into a building Tavistock Institute of Human Relations and a Stanford Research Institute the church no directing me to say a buy. Okay. The whole one buy and the reports will be the far Ghana. Okay. Because I have also in Ghana long vacation from here pop music competition, pop group competition, pop team, and my student groups starting. They know the best starting man and then musicians here renowned ones anymore. Almost starting anymore members of student groups in one that say. And so let's call it. So now, supi ni Sami Emano, a chance here with secondary schools also. Promptly name send a course of Abuchino. A house almost started you soon. I'm not experimenting with drugs. I don't know so machine called for science. Oh, Ghana. And then I can say, when we are buy a demonic spirit and the goddess back, near Pharaoh, Ishtar, and I say Pharaoh, Astoret, and I say Astarte, and I say Nana. All in our church, and you know, last week you were kind, say, no protective prostitutes. Okay. If you're one Casano, we're a goddess of prostitution. Okay. And they say, you did assembly BC, no. Yes, I know the other sides, no. Because I can say multifaceted. Oh, how. the goddess of love, fertility, sexuality, war, and after Osaye Edewempo. Osaye Adupuvu we do one more. Okay. Engineer the prostitution side, and then your barber, the others. Okay. Until the after your barber start. Okay. And then your barber, as the goddess of fertility, you start Astoret. Ya linking to X. And where Akukonkosia. Anyway, which egg now is a Kuka and I say feathered and one okay. The with the rabbits and also two sankusia Adankuya and Ninkosiano and a baby is a symbol of new life and rebirth. Ancient times, you know, what they are going to say, only no man decorative. Almost the color, almost printing the colors near decorative. Now, no, we here in honor of Easter, because I know the goddess of fertility. Okay. And you know, the young Kusia and their manema. Now, you just say, after you have new agricultural season. Okay. It is all here. About them, my say, New Year, it begins as a new season. Yeah, Hano, a Hamatan, and your man, I say, you, Abuchi, a winter. And then you be the woman of friends, spring the new one. Now, I've been a near my FFA, in your status to talk. And then, and since signing near my name, now you mean, woman, your new life. Sabre also, you who say, Kuyayono, in season, I started. And then go for starting every day, your palm, your sheep, and then you talk back when you know that is a planting season, and the maid who say, your brand new season. And when ancient times, it do some near ye. Yakosisa Adanku Enkusia. So, 2 or 2 hills or 2 or him when they obedient. That they are best at this year decorative. They are year, they are day. Until time, and pagan practices, yeah, a big year other religions. Back on Christianity, yeah, a big year alone. The one say, we almost started so much decorative in Kusia. During the time they are known for Lent, meaning class or maybe we were in Lent, you know, and we are now the more Eastern until a period. And I'm cramping on the or more fasting in your manema. Now, you fish, you anticipate this and may anticipate this and can Lent period, fasting in your man. And you go see any decorative the Bua, Lent in each more, and some of no babies. And you, say, Christianity is so X, you know, is symbolic of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. In the sense, you say, one more plenty Kusiano red. Now, Kusiano, you could not answer, you know. And also that symbolizes the coming back to life of Jesus Christ. A man, Easter, the influence, you know, a big Christianity. I said, we can't, we are true. And you know, about the king kind, and near my back, we knew the service, let's say, Yakonia Quaquaque. Book of all false religions started in Babylon. Okay. Page 7. Okay. We started basically we can free Hanuman, the Babisi. You see a baby crying. Okay. Basically now the best start.
So boy, you know, all false religions started in Babylon. Basically, almost every vile, profane, and adulterous practice you can think of originated at Babel, with the queen Semiramis, the mother goddess, and the Nimrod. As the people scattered from Babel with their different languages, they of course used different names for Nimrod, Tammuz, and Semiramis. Some call the mother goddess Ishtar, originally pronounced Easter, page 152, Raphael Woodward, Babylon Mystery Religion. Reside, California, Raphael Woodward, Evangelistic, ASSN 1966. In other land, she was called Esther, Astera, and Estera. Other names of Semiramis, the mother goddess, include wife of Baal, the Ashtoreth, and the queen of heaven. The name Ashtoreth or Ashtoreth and queen of heaven were used for Semiramis by the Israelites and the ungodly people around them. See Judges chapter 2 verse 13, Jeremiah chapter 44 verse 17 to 19, etc. Other names for Semiramis include Asteri, the Cyprus, Diana, the Ephesus, and then throughout Asia Minor. The Kybele Asia Minor, Isis, that is the Isis in Egypt. ISIS in Egypt. The Aphrodite, that is Charis, that is in Greek. The Venus or the Phoenix, that is in Rome. Then the Shingon, that is the China. The Sa, what is the Scandinavia. Then Mitra is the Astroscan. Then the Vigor, that is Patridra. Then Dis, that is East or Indiana, or Daviski, India. The mother goddess was frequently worshipped as the goddess of the fertility and as a sort of mother nature and goddess of spring and sexual love and birth. She was also worshipped as the mediator between God and man. Sexual urges and temple prostitutes were often used in her worship and attempting to gain her favor. The rabbit is well known as a sexual symbol of fertility. In various parts of the world, religions which developed from Babel also associate the rabbit with fertility rites. The egg was also a symbol of fertility. Semiramis, Easter, was the goddess of fertility. The Easter egg is a symbol of the pagan mother goddess, and it even bears one of the names. The pagan festival of Easter was introduced into the apostate Western religion as part of the attempt to adopt pagan festival to Christianity.
And I call the history of Easter means history of Easter. Ubekai Bako Bibi ha. We kitwa.
Okay.
Ubekai we.
Okay.
After Ubekai Easter egg.
Okay.
Ubekai hakitwe. Ubekai hakitwe.
Easter egg.
I have no Ubekai Easter egg. And we are about the history of Easter.
Okay. The same book now. Many historians citing 8th century monk and Anglo-Saxon scholar, the Venerable Bede in his reckoning of time, believing Easter, that is sorry if I'm right, etymological name comes from the Estra or the Anglo-Saxon goddess of the spring and fertility, who was often portrayed in drawings surrounded by haze and was believed to be worshipped during pagan festivals. Anglo-Saxon also reportedly referred to the month of April as the Estra moment. Orthodox Christians who believe faith is inseparable from the church follow the Julian calendar when it comes to the celebrating Easter Sunday. The Julian calendar was established by Julius Caesar in 45 BC and is based on the solar cycle, Earth's revolution around the sun. As with many Christian holidays, some Easter tradition can be traced to pagan celebration. The creating egg, which symbolized new life, dates back to the 13th century when the church swallowed eating egg during Holy Week, and they were decorated instead.
Easter eggs.
Easter is a religious holiday, but some of its customs, such as Easter eggs, are likely linked to pagan tradition. The egg, an ancient symbol of new life, has been associated with pagan festivals celebrating spring. From a Christian perspective, Easter eggs are said to represent Jesus. Emergence from the tomb and resurrection. Decorating eggs for Easter is a tradition that dates back to at least the 13th century. According to some sources, one explanation for this custom is that eggs were formerly forbidden food during Lent. Some people would paint and decorate them to mark the end of the period of the penance and fasting. Then eat them on Easter as celebration.
That's what I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to call Spectator. 28 April 2007 is Easter Biblical. I was not marking them. Yeah, different sources of the same information. One can say, we now be about to cover as widely as possible all information about the children. Say Easter no in 50 years no a so pagan say we be bibia and you
28 April 2007 Spectator. Now let us look at the origin of the name Easter. Come from Istra, the Anglo-Saxon goddess of spring. The Anglo-Saxons, who were the ancestors of the modern English people, offered sacrifice in honor around Passover time each year in a spring season. Into bracket, that is credit Unger's Bible Dictionary, Moody Press, Chicago. This coincidence enabled the name to be adopted when Christianity was brought to them. This is how the name Easter came into English language. The goddess herself was the Canaanite goddess of fertility, that is Ashtar. The Hebrew called her Ashtaroth. She was known as the Assyrian and Babylonians as Ishtar, the goddess of love and fertility. The Greek and Roman call her the Ashtar and identify her with the planet Venus. She finally became known to the Anglo-Saxon as the Istra, the goddess of spring. How the name moved from the star to Easter cannot be lost on careful reader. I want to ask those who celebrate Easter this question. Are they celebrating the Jewish list of Passover as indicated by the original Greek word in Acts chapter 12 verse 4, or they are celebrating the pagan feasts of Easter? The Anglo-Saxon god of spring. Listen to what one Bible authority says. The term Easter is not the Christian origin. It is another form of Istra, one of the title of the Chaldean goddess, the Queen of Heaven. The pagan festival of Easter was quite distinct and was introduced into the apostate Western religions as a part of the attempt to adopt pagan festival to Christianity. Into bracket, Vain Expository Dictionary of New Testament Word, McDonald Publishing Company, Maclean, Virginia. Pacho,
Medas. What can we? Last one, okay. Babylon Mystery Religion, page 143. And then the other kind of crab, market drug, the other kind of beard.
Okay.
A crab, your bread, you see, Easter, a store, no us.
Okay. Babylon Mystery Religion,
page 143.
Page 143. The word Easter appears once in the King James Version, intended after Easter to bring him forth to the people, Acts chapter 12, verse 4. The word translated Easter here is Pisha, which is, as all scholars know, the Greek word for Passover and has no connection with the English expression, not in its original meaning. The word comes from the name of a pagan goddess, the goddess of the rising light of day and spring. Easter is but a more modern form of Estra or Ostera or Asterit or Istar.
What can I say, baby? I can kind of moving the old moving number. Arena, some will be Ghana. That's already Dakwa, Ghanaian Times, 26 April 2011. Easter is the foundation of Christianity. As for the air canning, see Easter, no, and only the foundation of Christianity.
Okay.
Now, so the background of Easter, no, womu edinwa kebia on kasa, and by yenkai.
Okay.
You have your first video.
Your first video, you have a channel, and then.
And some of okay, video. We will share the first picture.
Okay, but your first picture. Okay.
The first picture.
What is the connection between Easter and Istar? That is the first picture. Tisaya Kradwa. What's also my into me and here. Answer the first video. Okay.
First picture. And that one.
Okay. I can answer.
Yeah, can you say? Waka Easter connection nini. Assemble room and person okay and hand the other to soon.
Okay.
And there's say,
what is the connection between Easter and Istar? Where did the word Easter come from? What is the relation between Easter and Istar? How and when did Christians adopt Sunday to be Easter Day? What is the origin of the Easter bunny and the Easter egg?
Where's the second picture?
The second picture, so they created Easter eggs. They created Easter eggs. They created Easter eggs. So I crowd a photo to my.
And you see me. The created eggs there can't want some can say I know and during Easter no we are decorating the iron cocoa say and only two bunua you do so at two a Paikusiano, let us say the reservation number. I mean, your video no decay.
The first video, a decay, is star or extra, the goddess of fertility and its influence on Easter celebration. And in a video, a decay,
to this Ashtoreth, this Ishtar. Yeah, there's another side to this Ashtoreth, this Ishtar, you know, and the thing is, it comes with, notice it's all from the sexual revolution. So that's the goddess where you're going to get something else now. And in her, when I looked at her ancient tablets, her ancient inscriptions, she says, I am a woman, I am a man. It says in her hymns, it says, you, goddess, have the power to turn a man into a woman and turn a woman into a man. So
Easter, the holiest day. Easter, the holiest day of the Christian calendar, a celebration of Jesus Christ's resurrection from the dead. So what does this miracle have to do with a bunny delivering painted eggs? The answer lies in 100 generations of rituals and customs. According to the Gospels of the New Testament, Jesus Christ and his apostles entered Jerusalem to observe Passover, the Jewish holy season that celebrates the Hebrews' release from slavery. After the Passover supper, Jesus was arrested, and on what is now called Good Friday, he was crucified. 2 days later, he rose from the dead. Those of Jewish origin were the first to celebrate the resurrection, likely as a new facet of the Passover festival. In fact, the Easter celebration was called Pascha. It's derived from the word Pesach, the Jewish translation for Passover. Originally, Easter was celebrated 2 days after Passover, so it fell on any day of the week. But Easter Wednesday just didn't feel right. In 325 AD, Roman Emperor Constantine and the Council of Nicaea ruled that Easter must fall only on a Sunday, the day when Christ rose. Easter Sunday would be the first Sunday to follow the full moon after the spring equinox. It could occur anywhere between March 22nd and April 25th. Around this same time, Christians began one of the first recorded rituals of the modern Easter celebration, the lighting of the Paschal candle, its flame a reminder of Christ's resurrection, light out of darkness. Also during this service, worshippers placed a lamb under the altar to be blessed. Lamb had played a sacrificial role in Passover, so early Christians portrayed Christ as the Lamb of God. As Christianity spread throughout Europe, different pagan customs blended into the holidays. In fact, the actual word Easter may have come from Estra, the goddess of spring and fertility, which brings us to the Easter egg. Eggs have been a mythological symbol of birth for thousands of years. Christians adopted the egg as an Easter custom sometime around the 13th century. The yolk inside a shell represented Christ's emergence from the tomb. Eggs were painted red to represent the blood Christ shed on the cross. The colorful Easter egg soon hatched its own traditions. A popular one was egg rolling. In 1876, Congress prohibited kids from playing on the Capitol grounds. So, President Rutherford B. Hayes opened the White House lawn to the little rollers. After that, the White House Easter egg roll became a tradition. So when did that Easter bunny hop into the scene? The fertile rabbit had long been a symbol of new life in European pagan celebrations. Beginning around the 16th century, parents told children that if they behaved, on the eve of Easter, the Osterhaus would come and lay colorful eggs. Children built nests in their homes to entice the rabbit to visit. And so began the customs of the Easter egg hunt and the Easter basket. To help fill out those baskets, 19th century European chocolatiers began making egg-shaped chocolates. The sweet trend quickly spread throughout the world. Today, billions of dollars are spent each year on Easter candy. Easter. It's a joyful day when Christians celebrate the resurrection. For 2,000 years, customs have been added, some spiritual and some fun. But Easter is also the time for families to gather and welcome spring, when new life emerges after the dead of winter.
I was saying that I say when you're na utumi ahwe ye kasamfoni edi kan se na enimu no Easter festival and I say Easter afasha yedi no the bobre eni bibi efiri ba no asikire no se na sorry alinki no ama say obo ade kronkron afasha no Easter sana bibi efiri ba no kra no dangerous me pese me kan ho asem bebre meja mepani no na no ato aso kofa
entine ehia ye hwehwe goddess Easter the multifaceted attributes no ehia ma say the Easter nso ba it is a Christianity I embrace pagan festivals how many times in enka platform issue say Christianity there ejina homo paganism historical foundation bi a we jina so say na buy a collection of pagan beliefs and then ya be say the na jina ho say ba bia no kure so kum a yeah na bia efie no ebi no let us and star yahu protected prostitutes last week they show or the goddess of fertility Easter asema be from America next one here then or the goddess of sexuality
okay
now Easter will two means say obedani bema oba and also obeya oba bema or human desire tinye eminti na ele LGBT metewa na maka ode mini dem oba o no odoma me yonku bema ono alter the human desire
okay
nti ono na nam so a saa na nyina di atese enu wiase nti se ka say demonic spirits no a edisa sexual revolution yachi no a
okay
we say me kwa no yen kan Star the queen of heaven
okay
or baby ancient Mesopotamia transgender yen kan no
I swear ya kwasra kai Asian Mesopotamian transgender and non-binary identity. The most highly venerated deity in ancient Mesopotamia was Inanna, who was also known as Ishtar. After the two were merged, she was known as the Queen of Heaven and was the goddess of sex, war, and justice. She also was believed to have the ability to change a person's gender. This power of Inanna, the ability to change a man into a woman and a vice versa, is well accounted for in multiple poetry fragments and is indicative of the existence of people living outside the gender boundary in ancient Mesopotamia. The word of Inanna, high priestess in city of Ur in the 23rd century BCE, attests to this. In her passionate Inanna, she writes, to destroy, to create, to tear out, to establish are yours, Inanna. To turn a man into a woman, a man into a woman into a man are yours, Inanna. 155 to 135. The exact meaning of the original Sumerian cannot be known for sure. The passage could instead relate to simple to gender. The stereotype, but this is not the only instance of ancient reference to people living outside the gender boundary.
Actually, main crucial.
Sexuality with the power into a woman and a distraction better. And only a second video.
This is this Ashtoreth, this Ishtar, you know, and the thing is, it comes with boldness or illusion. So that's the goddess where you're going to get something else. In her, when I look at her, I am a woman, I am a man. It says in a true goddess to turn a man into a woman and turn a woman into. So this is the goddess of merging. Watching this in our that is affecting every as this goddess. She gets it now. We are now the next phase. That's why we're all dealing with the everything. And the of men. So now before we it's in our culture. You know, there was actually a war on men. You know, she seeks to take men away from manhood, away from father, from marriage, away from providing, away from women, you know. And so you know, because she grinds that away, she seeks to she was actually the goddess who hated the patriarchy. She hated any of authority with men. Well, this spirit is so thick in our culture, you can cut it with a knife. It is so thick. You know, if a man acts masculine, they say that's toxic. If a woman acts masculine, they'll say, bravo, that's wonderful. What is that? That is the spirit. It's crazy. Well, it also says she masculinizes, she defeminizes women. So her job is also to take women away from womanhood, away from motherhood, away from marriage, away from men. Well, it happened. It's, you know, all this. You know, she was not a female, but she had masculine qualities. And so she's seeking to make women now into her own image. That's what now, but it goes further because you know what happens is now it goes into the sexual realm because she's the goddess of sexuality. So what happens now? She is blending the lines of male and female. So what would we expect to happen? Exactly what's happening right now.
Wow.
She had an ancient priesthood. Her ancient priesthood were men who walked around her temples dressed up as women. Acting as women, talking as women, appearing as women in drag. And so what happened is, actually, you know what stopped this? The gospel. We have a short memory. We don't realize this. So when you take God out, it is absolute. It's inevitable that this is coming back.
So
we could have predicted this.
So this goddess had priests that were men dressed like women. This is pretty much what you're saying, where this drag thing started a long time ago.
Yes, exactly. Remember, it says she turns a man into a woman. She turns a woman into a man, and she possessed that priesthood. And the thing is, and let me go further. She not only dressed them that way, which we see in our culture. See, when you see this returning to the culture, and when you see the culture celebrating it, you know the gods are back, and you are in very dramatic times. And the thing is that because her priesthood is back. But the thing is that not only that, she also, remember Jesus said they come back worse. In ancient times, she possessed her priesthood. But now she's seeking to possess an entire generation of children. She is using the very school system that once led them in the Lord's Prayer to transition them. And speaking of which, remember, she's the one who transformed. That word transform. Well, not only did she do it by clothes, it actually says that she actually had priests who were surgically transitioned from men into, quote, women, and so in fact, I put it in the Return of the Gods. There's a quote where it describes the transition men dancing before the goddess, carrying scalpels, like as if they're celebrating their surgery. So this is where we are. And this has affected our entire culture. And there was an event that happened. Actually, we talk about New York City. So much begins in New York City with all this here. But there was an event that happened in New York City in 1969 that began the whole movement, the Pride movement, Rainbow movement, all that, altering gender. So and on that night that it began, all the signs of the goddess started manifesting on the streets of New York City.
So we're gonna look.
Abusha yɛde sɛ wɔnya berɛ na wɔtumi ahwɛ nkasafoni a ɛtoa so mmienu sɛna discussion no sɛ nkɔmmɔdie ne kɔɔ so no deɛ ɔmama a wɔte ase nyinaa ne sɛ Easter wɔbɛsɛ wɔbɛtumi adane ɔbaa ma ɔbaa abɛyɛ bɛrima saa so na wɔbɛtumi ama bɛrima nso abɛyɛ ɔbaa sɛ bɛkɛɛ ho a lesbian gayism and those things no wotumi sɛ ɔbaa ne ɔbaa ware a na ɔbaa baako apose ne ho sɛ ɔyɛ ɔbɛrima saa so na mmarima ne mmarima ware a saa so na bɛrima baako ne apose ne ho sɛ ɔyɛ ɔbaa and whole discussion ɛna Jonathan Khan ɛne ne host no ɔmo kasa afa ho ɛne deɛ wɔfa so pɛ sɛ kafa ho ne deɛ megya ama no na ɔmo atumi akyerɛ mu yi sɛ bɛyɛ a wobɛte aseɛ ɛwɔ conversation ɛkɔɔ so ɔfa
Jonathan Khan sɛ ne medical aka no yɛ next episode ɛna officially na introduce no abam ɛne deɛ nti a ɔbɔ mu a wabɛka ɛho a yɛma mo ho the story behind the sexual revolution started in the 1960s.
Okay.
Last week, Ifrasi. Then, I adrenaline who say, Simon Sisi and Sisikwa.
Okay.
Demonic spirit or tertia or mass air cosun only. Now, players now, only Obi say yes here dey warm me the trace of homosexual what dey one yaka edu be abi so a say edu be obi a o reason dey ba o simp and you say demonic spirit na so man bia obe pa oba de achi dem sa na man wi e na tisiw so e na wo me ahu tumi ọba wetumi ayẹ ọmọ ayẹ bẹẹma wúyẹ bẹẹma nso a obetumi amọ ayẹ ọba na saa deɛ a ɛmi ahuhu yɛ ni yɛnyi aso na yɛnhwɛ America wɔn brand symbol for liberty ɛne democracy ɛyɛ wɔn statue of liberty wɔn ahuhu yɛ ni yie na deɛ ɛba no ano ɔhyɛ. Statue of Liberty, yes, a beacon of freedom. Can I have your mama
and get uncomfortable?
The Statue of Liberty, a beacon of freedom. CNN published the 8:22 a.m. EDT, Friday, August 23rd, 2019. The Statue of Liberty, one of the most recognizable symbol of freedom and democracy across the world, was a gift of friendship to Americans from France, inaugurated in 1886. The statue is 305 feet tall and represents the liberty or the libertas, the Roman liberty goddess, bearing a torch in her right hand and a tablet in her left hand, with the date of the U.S. Declaration of Independence. The broken sacrilege on earth, the statue deprayed the symbolize the end of all types of the servitude and oppressions. But you mean to us, Rana?
Now, mark it that you do have no.
Okay.
Anna, okay, Roman liberty goddess, you know. Yes, how could you Rebecca, you see the Statue of Liberty is a fraud. Now, the okay, also no other branch here in Niku. Left down the West Road, New Jersey. No, now Illuminati symbols. And I check who is here as a occultic and Nema. Now, a hard one day, and I know, I do not quite say, Statue of Liberty. It was a different story. Team. Starting page 5. Sir, we need the Statue of Liberty, beacon of freedom. We say, Roman liberty goddess. And I say, yay, and that Roman liberty goddess. Now they all hold me. And we back on, we are back on big, we say, a big slow, a big okay. Over a house with their own country, over I said the American, out to page 11.
Okay. Starting 5. Page 5. Years later, I will learn the true story of the Statue of Liberty from a true portrait, Laura Glaszy, whom CIA targeted and whose website they shut down. People say the Roman gods of liberty, and so Invictus, the unconquered sun, provided the inspiration for the figure. But the statue resembles the Greek god Attis. Attis was a pagan god of sun and vegetation, born of a virgin. He bled to death after the excommunicating himself, but was brought back to life by his lover, the Cybele. His resurrection was celebrated by the Romans beginning in 3rd BCE. After 2 millennia, he traveled to the New World as 150 feet woman.
Now the okay, correction woman say artist story no lecture say orchestrating utwale bema Emma oblidi maybe to one or the wuye. Now even so God until he was resurrected 3 days later. The new and after the statue, it could do America. Ayoba. Na yonko ye say I can't be.
So exculating insanity.
Masculating.
Yeah. Attis, parents, that is Attis, was a transsexual with male and female sex organ. So the gods cut off his penis and threw it away. From the disembodied organ, Attis grew, and he was raised by a goat.
And I over the picture no next page.
Okay.
Goat and again all the king
Later, Attis castrated himself as the priest of Attis were encouraged. So I'll say, look at the Statue of Liberty and you will see it is a man. He wears the crown of Attis with the bronze rays of the sun extending outward. Page 10. The torch is his survived penis. Severed penis, possible encircled by a cock ring, with he is holding upside down. While he would think the statue celebrates liberty and openness as unique American attribute, it marks that openness which has caused America to enslave itself to foreign masters, to castrate itself and to advertise its emasculating.
I'll be kind of do a and sign like a video. just a hakakre.
Okay. Statue of Liberty is a man holding his own castrated penis. Flame on torch is blood spurting out. The Statue of Liberty is a total and absolute pagan transgender sun goddess. The seven ray on her hand represent the seven continents of the world. The French Freemasonic sculptor who made the Statue of Liberty visited Egypt for his inspiration. And no, France did not give it to us as a gift. That's just a lie fabricated for the history books.
Na sa asem no yensu efihwe mu no sika no ese America for Brazil statue na kasa de France for ni tuaka and there's no doubt about it. Na aka pedestal platform no e besi where this statue besi so no and no mu Brazil hu sika e ma owi abi your fellow poster. Oh no, newspaper be the world, New York newspaper be from the world. And I be there and say, and to me, Yama, a sick of war, and one show your liberty. And to be undonated be kakra, the other be out of there, and one and one to visit $200,000. And then one BC pedestal and Sana Francis for the statue eba and you say when we raise you on koto obi aka to say obecha wade a untimi nkoka say obecha ma bia me na me ba beto o ma ka say eto ama mo enti sikaro ye mu raise you no eni am di si pedestal no ye be hu statue no say ni sitie na ye hu a be hu platform na ya ye na hu sika wo gigi enti video na ye kwa onu kwa nso ka bi say America for na etuaka eni e di bai ban hwehwe mu and information na bu ono a wo kan kura no e ho di oti nipa no a oye ma statue no kura baaye no the picture no bi wo ha the video ni bi a meyi ni aka ho asem yenkɔ video
the video toso miensa. The Statue of Liberty is a man dressed as a woman. Now before say you be call video no so no mamifa we ma enchi se wom eko enchi se wom a your branch ni bi wo the dano nana eji on dano now with me friend nana eji 0246980162 0246980162 nana eji enchi se wom hona branch ni bi so wo nti wetin nka na me wa friend mama na me bi 02469806 0162 now of course odan so you will be a friend of Bosco Odano, which me a friend of 0548054368 0548054368 Bosco Odan on Odano and Kano with the video na you can want some I crowd patch jotting my na yenshe
of liberty. So I'm going to take a little bit of a rabbit trail for a second and get uncomfortable. And we're going to find out who Lady Liberty really is. So we're going to go back to the French sculptor Frederic Augustus Bartholdi. In 1834 to 1904, went to Egypt in 1868 for inspiration. The construction of the Statue of Liberty began in 1878. So let me talk about this for just a second. How many of you were told in school that the French donated the Statue of Liberty to the United States of America? How many know that is absolutely not the truth whatsoever, okay? Whatever they tell you, just forget about it, right? It just totally backs what you were thinking in high school, which is, why am I here anyway, right? You find out years later, you were right. But what I want to talk about here is this. The Statue of Liberty, when Bartholdi was pitching this, he was a sculptor, okay? And as a sculptor, he was trying to build something great that had never been done before. And so he went to Egypt to be inspired because he knew that in Egypt, everything was huge, okay? Everything was big, from the pyramids to all the different statues. Everything was super life-size, and he wanted to get that inspiration. Keep that in mind. Then what he did was he went around the world pitching the Statue of Liberty. We were not the first place that he went to. He was a salesman and a sculptor at the same time. And what happened is they went to America. America liked the idea and tried to raise funds for the Statue of Liberty, but they couldn't. They were having a very difficult time raising the funds for the Statue of Liberty until one gentleman in a local paper, decided to write a blog, or what we would call a blog today, or a newspaper article, basically ripping on the middle class, saying, hey, the rich cannot be the only ones that represent America. We need to give to this cause because we need a representation of freedom. And wouldn't you believe it, lo and behold, they raised the funds and they began the process of bringing the Statue of Liberty over to America and assembling it on American soil. Now, what's fascinating is if you look at the picture that's on your screen right now, I'm sure it's total coincidence, ladies and gentlemen, that the statue on the left not only looks identical to the Statue of Liberty, but has the exact same rays coming off what is arraying her head as the sun rays, representing the 7 continents of the world. It is the sun god that presides over the world. Oh, I'm not done yet. This is Attis. Now, Attis is somebody you need to understand who he is, because Attis was the priest or the main servant of Cybele, or Ishtar, or the wife of Baal, the sun god. And he, in their craziness, let's just leave it that wink, wink, of what went happen in those times, is he castrated himself, then would dress up, cross-dress as a woman, and wear this hat. This is a close-up of the castrated Attis on the left and Lady Liberty on the right. What I want to suggest to you when I got to this part is I thought to myself, oh my goodness, is Lady Liberty really a lady? Or is it Larry Liberty? I don't know. But I'm going to let you decide as we do a little bit close up here, and you tell me if that looks like a feminine face. Ignore the long hair. Remember, the priest of Ishtar wore long hair, they castrated themselves, wore robes like women, and wore these headdresses. Now, one more better for you. Here is her face before it is assembled, and before you have the ability to look at the hair and be influenced. That's under construction. If I'd known any better, I would have think it was Superman. So you can be the judge, ladies and gentlemen, but this little rabbit trail here, I believe, shows us that not only has Attis, or the priest of Ishtar, and sun god worship showing up all over Egypt, all over Rome, all over Greece, and everywhere else in the Eastern Mediterranean, but is on our soils and has infiltrated America today and has literally become the epitome and the torch of freedom. It's bondage. Let's go one further. The 7 rays of the sun. Notice the nimbus, the halo of rays of the sun. This is an ancient pagan sun god. It's everywhere. This is not something they just made up. Helios, look at this. Holding a torch. He's the Colossus of Rhodes, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Where did he get the idea of the torch? Ladies and gentlemen, he took a trip here. He took a trip to Egypt. He studied these things. This is what he saw. An over 100-foot Colossus of Helios with this headpiece on of the 7 rays of the sun. Don't tell me that that didn't influence him. The exact attributes of Helios, or the Colossus, and the sun god and all of those things show up in the Statue of Liberty.
Miensa yɛtumi hu American Liberty Statue no deɛ teɛ na mekyerɛ mu kakra bi ma wo a wohwɛ statue no a torchlight no ɔkita no sɛ biwu bɛrima no a artist no ne bɛrima no ɔtwaeɛ no ɔn sɛ yɛ mmarima no baabi a yɛn testicles no wɔ no ɔn sɛ wode testicles no kɔ soro a ɛna ɛyɛ te sɛ torch no ɛna wode baabi a ɛdwo nso ɔdo bɛn no a ɛna ɛsi fam no nti ne bɛrima no ɔtwaeɛ no wɔawezi akɔ soro na yɛhu sɛ ɛyɛ torchlight no nti wohwɛ the liberty representation na face no a nipa na wohu no ɔnyɛ ɔbaa na mmom ɔyɛ bɛrima sɛne yɛka no a wɔfa akyerɛkyerɛ mu a ɛfi star so bɛtumi ama bɛrima adane ɔbaa saa so bɛtumi ama ɔbaa adane bɛrima no ɛna wɔde akyerɛ wɔ liberty no mu sɛna amerikafoɔ ɛhu sɛ ade no hɔ yɛ ɔbaa nanso liberty no ankasa no ɛyɛ bɛrima a wɔatwa ne bɛrima na wɔakye ade nhwiwa no akɔ soro na doro bɛn no asi fam saa na ɛteɛ ɔfa
that's it. Nti information kɛseɛ a yɛde abie yɛni a yɛn ate aseɛ sɛ artist ɛkyɛ race no represented the 7 continents in the world no wɔn mu nyinaa ɛda na bi ɛna yɛte aseɛ na yɛhunu sɛ ɛna no star as the goddess no tumi ndane bɛrima ma ɔbɛyɛ ɔbaa ɔma ɔbaa nso tumi bɛyɛ bɛrima no the great influence wɔ America so ama America agye atum a uphold transgenderism across the world no ɛno na yɛ nyinaa yɛhu yɛ no that is the whole essence of the video no ɛkyerɛ sɛ America foɔ sɛ ɛyɛ the Statue of Liberty democracy nso yɛ dɛn wotumi yɛ deɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ biara nti no woyɛ freedom to do whatever you want ɛna star sɛ ɛnɛ mmarima bɛyɛ ma mmaa nso bɛtumi ayɛ mmarima ɛna agye nhini nti ɛnɛ no akɔ baabi a transgenderism akɔ akɔhu yɛhwɛ next picture.
Your next picture edi kan torso miensa the Statue of Liberty. The torso nine Daily Guide 14th April 2003. I no longer have manhood. And any picture I no longer have manhood. So I crowd which me eja to my na edia cancel.
Can you know?
We are Daily Guide 14th April 2003. I no longer have manhood. Baroski and Wasem Nebeka. Popular Nigerian cross-dresser and social media personality Okane Idris Olaiwaju, otherwise known as Bobrisky, has revealed that he no longer has male genitals. The controversial celebrity
the next picture.
The next picture Ghanaian Times 7 July 2011. Homosexuals no legitimate rights. Homosexuals no legitimate.
Cross dressing. Tisania picture no I never hope before Nigeria no. Cross dresser. Bema and also I bar. Anyway, second one means in ye. Also, no, we have series of them. We now have man's one, or cross dresses. We now have the after effect of the Statue of Liberty. What trend in Tabamu across the world? In Tiana, no, star influence, you know. Ibiaba Ghana, Ibiaba, and to create and I also realize you say you realize yes demonic spirit no and at yes no Oma and go for a comsa or moye the omoyan. Now you got the next picture.
The next picture here, the Spectator, 28 October 2006. Are women feminizing men and then next picture I crowd okay.
I also no who say and then a woman and then masculinity no wow when I go mema yapin pama yeshe sisi on a mini okono ba ocho ba entinena is star influence say obo emasculate and na amoma bele mema and send them here can and Emma enyuma think of first no yes mema na eye Emma etwi trucks Emma etwi tractors ne sa na ma ni na ubenya ma bi ko mu fita ni ne ma ke kan hu nyina ene no mu tse so mu ye emema ena mema so ene no ye ko saloon eche Emma you take care of your looks your corner pedicure manicure ne hwa and na ye bi pa enti no na article ni bi say are women feminizing a man now? Then go the next one. The next one here, last one. Time magazine.
Time magazine. That is March 27, 2017. Beyond he or she, the changing meaning of gender and sexuality.
Now, we say about it, maybe say, we about now say Bema. Why with you? So your bar for or Bema so na. The Albany say, and then new generation of young Americans Albany. One must know more can say gender the means your Bema and also your bar. But then a big class of gender neutral. Or no your bar or no your Bema. So statue liberty statue and I could say I wouldn't number. Now where the other kind of wicked to high every now the way so about the see now the platform number they conclude
Senator Yakan, beyond he or she, the changing meaning of gender and sexuality. We are March 16th, 2017. A growing number of young people are moving beyond the idea that we live in a world where sexuality and gender come in only two forms. In Park City, the author, students are lining up at a local high school to get their local assignment for the semester. The extracurricular clubs have set up tables to attract new members. It's only midday, but the Gay Straight Alliance group with an outpost at about a quarter of American secondary school already has 47 names on each sign-up sheet. Setting beyond piles of rainbow-colored paper, creating a hot fundraising item. The group leaders are counting the different identity labels they have encountered. Sure, there is a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, but there are more, way more. There are more people who are pan, say 17-year-old club president Grace Mason, meaning the pansexual. There is also aromatic, asexual, genderqueer, two-spirit on and on.
Okay, that's and you know the Statue of Liberty at the Abbotton, and then the America for new generation, you know. If you saw Munyama and Omunya member, if you saw Munya see, if you saw Munya see, the Abeda Honor. Again, at the end, so see. Na Quakunso Yakwambe, the Darcy Mike.
I'm sorry, as I say, when you're there, now with me, Ashe, the lady Brown, or side. Send it to be an woman who history, a woman who be cool. They are booming who can American liberty. Like a medium, we say torchlights, naked and Kania. So the interpretations between our course on social media. And then, anyone who says, I torchlights, you know. bɛrima we twa wadane no a ade na kodi wi na duru bɛ na bɛ di fam ɛna ne symbolism no ɛna na ɛhu de tie abusua ɛfa yɛ bu no yɛbɛkɔ Israel nkyɛn na deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ no so ɔno so de aman na deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ no ɔno so de akyɛn kai sɛ yɛgu so a yɛkanya no text messages so wode ba messages no nyinaa fabra mɛkan ama wo ɛm sɛ ndɛ bebree no abɔ 20 message no ɔmo mfa mba papa na yɛde abɔ na ɛsiane sɛ deɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛte no yɛate ɔdaa akye ase Kwame MP ɛna ɛwɔ hɔ yɛn branch baako a ɛwɔ hɔ foforɔ koraa ɛwɔ hɔ na wobɛtumi afrɛ 0243041665 0243041665 ɔdaa akye ase Kwame MP ɔno na ɔwɔ hɔ na wobɛtumi ne no akasa na wodi nkɔmmɔ sɛ wopɛ sɛ wodwane branch no a ɔno so ɛwɔ hɔ nka no aka no mede ba bɛsɛ so sɛne ɛtie biara no mɛkɔ Israel nkyɛn ne deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ no no so ɛde ato yɛn so Israel maba na kurom na ne din yɛ ɛduru paa next week Saturday beya ɛne deɛ yɛbɛdu so Sokode abɔgame
bɔne bia ne wɔn mu a nipa yi a egu ne ho fi asa ka asase no ehu yɛ ba
na mentwa ne TikTok mmaa ne deɛ no mmaa no so ɛbɛhyia mu ɛyɛ on the 17 June ɛyɛ mmemme de ɛbɛyɛ no ɔmo abɛhyia mu na Sokode Abogame Madam Amika ɔno na ɔyɛ in charge na mmaa no ɛyɛ executive members no ɛna ɔmo ɛba wobɛtumi afrɛ Madam Amika for directions 020825044 020825044 wofrɛ no a information na ɛwɔ biara no ɔno ɛbɛka na wahu ɛyɛ ho Sokode Abogame ho Sokode Abogame ho ɛna meeting no ɛbɛba so Israel ɛdase
ya ho dɔɔso the whole Ghana na wɔfo dɔɔso a woyɛ ne nyina amanfoɔ ɛdwene movement no a divine movement
Israel sɛ ɛbɛtwa yɛ ho abɛsisi a na yɛakyɛke ade bi kakra abusua yɛtwa yɛ ho abɛsisi a na yɛahwɛ nneɛma mu kakra bi aba nti nyabotɛ no twɛn yɛ mmerɛ sisi a
ɛyɛ no korɛ sɛ heavy wɔ hɔ a daakye akwama biara no akristofoɔ ahotefoɔ anaasɛ ɛsom ahodoɔ mu ahotefoɔ ɛbɛnya dɛ akɔ akɔdi hɔ anaasɛ ɛdin ɛna ɛwɔ hɔ nanso so ɛni hɔ ɛsɛ nipa dasani ɛbɛtu akɔ wiem ɛne onyankopɔn akɔtena democracy ɛyɛ ma bibifoɔ anaasɛ ɛnyɛ ma yɛn kwasi buroni tim pɔ paa ɛne sɛnti a wɔde vaccination ɛbaa abibiman mu na family plan nso so mpo no nhyehyɛe bɛn ana kwasi buroni hyehyɛeɛ ɛwɔ ne kurom ɛnti a wɔde ɛtoa yɛn ɛbaa ne sɛn ana gay ate atɛse ɛwɔ wiase afana nyinara ɛnɛ wei sɛ illuminati ɛnɛ wei sɛ freemason ɛnɛ wei sɛ somwe mu ne nyinara ahyɛ ase firi he na oburoni timpɔ a wɔde saa nneɛma wei nyinara ɛreba no de ato abibiman mu no ɛne sɛn wei ɛntram so hwɛ wake up africa kwasiada wei ne kwasiada biara awia dumienu ɛkɔpem awia nomienu live ɛwɔ royal tv ɛyɛ adwumadeɛ a ɔfa poku dankɔ yɛ executive director ɛde ma free the mind movement ɛne ɔfa Israel Nkroma a ɛyɛ coordinator ɛde ma free the mind movement no
ɛbɛka me Michael as
technical hints bi kakra ɛne bae sɛne anim no nsuo tuto yi nyama bɛkɔ bɔne ama yɛ kakra
agbe mɛkɔ
bi
ne ma ne nkɔ
wankasa bɛkɔ
na ɛma dɛ
Sokode Abogame
ɛma no bi henro pa bi yale nti odinga ɔtoa mɔ
odinga ɛba hɔ ɛyɛ Sokode Abogame
afei na Ghanafoɔ te ɔma ase
okay
nsɛm a ɔde gu ɔma bɛyɛ 8 years no ɛwɔ tv so afei de yɛho dɔɔso nti no nipa ɔtwerɛ sɛ obi biara a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ member biara no a ɔmo hyia biara no ɔmo mfrɛ me
okay
ebi wɔ ma ɔne ebi mu hyia ne yɛnim na ɔto fotoro wi ɔmanfoɔ ani hɛyɛ nsɛm no yɛkasa with the evidence na wo a wotie program na wo sɛ woka yɛ wɔn afei no wabɔ nipa no na yɛsu anim no deɛ ɔde gu ɔmadwom nti no wei ɛnyɛ ɛyɛ sin ɛnyɛ crime
is a person of Frewa 02 Open Israel Freno or branch Biwati now all Fakuntuna CBA person because some of the
whole Ghana, the whole Africa. Because the now Gabon, Gambia, Nigeria.
Who do for
yeah. Until no Open say Mubwa Muhanwa, Nambwa or Mano, Nantramo. Be a minute information so the class.
Okay.
Masonti.
Mate.
Yes, I sino. And no crime. Nti ni pa. E go pomma. No yo mosano. Waje. The program no, wa bo me pa no. No wi dem ho hwe. E son. Nti ye ye ko podwuma o. Nti ni crime. Ye ni podwuma dia anka crime. Oba de dwuma ye ye. For me a majo so. But you want information that by class now wow. Yes, why do come over there? No.
Internet my phone 0244 686557 0244 686557. O friend wa sa direction now can not be ma.
But we be ni yasi a de pa ya e good no fin. E good no fin sa so bu asase no so ho fin. Ko nti e bi pa. Obi o he ni bia ni say owu akoye ko ponchen. Osumi nyame. Omusumi ni owu a obokoye ko ponchen. Obi o he ni bia. Obi o he ni bia no akasa no o be sambada. Oye ko pon ba. E nti a okọ asore. Okọ mosque. Obi a. Mazel. Bonu na ko pe e de wi ase a enipa ya ebi ni fi fasugu asase na ate so no e ko fi.
Okay.
Papa. Na eno ana ofaka ho asem last week no ko be ko fa be bia efiri ba ye. A ne abegi hini. Eno tumi a etachiri. Yeah. Paul ka say bi. O say papa be pese me ye no. Me ntumi ye. Bona me mpe. Abi na me ye. Ena ye nia. Na ye be atini mu no. If any inner spirit. You say, with us, no. So, when you do my salmon, I say, no, probably not going to a call. I can't get any one of your animal. I say, but show me that it did never egg. I'm going to be to me, Sabi, or to me for no. Or no bone off. Or no body fair, so goes here. Okay. One boy lava. Na. It's a spray pa. It's a spray pa.
Pan ho oti spray nka.
Ebo so goes ya no. E chepa. Bozo ye. Omo kan. Na eye bonu bi a market enu pom pe. Ego po ka ho asam. Na se ekoso ma wo ni dia e ma ni emie bonu bi no ho no ni pa ye esai no esa sai la no na o to so no je e bi pa wa da wo o ko to say ni pa da hospital D5 na se obi wu a ni pa e mo bo no you pa e bo no say wa be nyame ko to hospital come say D5 one na me example D5 ko be the minimum hospital out here do be wu a na o su say obi bo mpa ere e ma no na o na wu ya se gbele yo and fa no ko a ni ya le bo no se be wu a o say okọ le ko ponchen e ko ponchen na o ko no o ko po de mara e ya mere twa because I have a Quran here. We call Bible here, Allah. Manfaya ma, the Bangla Geta, Manfama. Bonu be a little piano, a candy piano, but somebody will be to me to be a phone. What is happening now? Only count a class at solo. The earth. I will say, I believe it. Only fast at solo. Enti aboni bia eni senka obi aso so o wiase bɔnne a wɔyɛ a ɛkan no ɛsɛw san sɛ n'ano no n'ano no ɛne ɛkan n'ano no n'ano no yɛ fi nsɛ ebi fa n'ano no a ghanafoɔ yɛrehwɛ han na ɛnɛ ɔmo sukuu mu a ɔmo yɛ advert yɛsɛ yɛn sɛ yɛ kristo yɛboa saa birthday foɔ no ɛna ɔmo sukuu mu hwɛ yɛbɛbɔ asɛm a o michael hwɛ free the man movement foɔ yɛbɛka no kɔde akyerɛ wɔ asɔre ntumi nka nkyerɛ wo da sɛ dɛ asɔre no aso bɛni no apuroti bɔne no wɔn mu bi ni a ɔyɛ a ɔmo de matam ne ti bi a na aba de ma tum sɛ mako nipa pame tum ya ɛsiane sɛ mede nkɔpɔn sɛ mede adwuma o bio bible no Leviticus 20 verse 18 deɛ nkɔ
20 verses 18.
Yeah. 18:22.
Okay.
Leviticus 18:22.
Okay, Leviticus chapter 18 verses 22.
You go pass no. Yeah. I say nkrofo gidi. Nkrofo gidi ba jumba do no ni o. Omo je Taura agidi. Right? Jufo agidi. Akisefo agidi. Omo na say musu nkopo o. Omo nti nkopo asam.
Deɛ kan
omo na say musu nkopo o. Obi a so so nkopo na the manual a the guide dey nkopo no and Bible we say. Manual rene nkopo asam no and the Quran we say. When it's the nkopo akasa ni tie.
The problem of homosexuality, and that's thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself. Therewith neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down die to. It is confusing.
Bestiality.
Okay. Bestino. Why freeze it? Okay.
Into the abuofo. Omo culture. Ana omo de ba amebe kromo ase yin ntumu. Kase e kwala no, omo to kuma sa squad. Hono eska fo gupa. Na inam squad mo say skeni bengulu no na bola Filipano. No fa kama da Filipano. Ada kwa le bo hono mo bo skeni ko so go na. Na kama futu no no da ka mu na ka ya ko watafuna no tabe do sawo enne ni pesa do si o se na ni aboa na bestiality o ma jatum gana se o ma bo ara mu kwampa akomintu obi to se o ko ya na ma diska na ndi aba.
Okay.
Tabe obi mu ye nka se gidi se obi mu ye
wati atiti
good okwa wa kama no wada no diska on the aba about J wagon now them
ka papa mi.
Yes. Eko pon sa me ka say isi ero o say many oba many aboa enna tie.
As a leader shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith, neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. 24. Defile not ye yourself in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you.
But all this
for the nations, for in all these the nations are defiled.
Stay away from it. no. Not a woman and to woman stay out of it. I'm a man. Come on,
24. Defile not ye yourself in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. 25. And the land is defiled.
That's it.
Therefore, I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomits out her inhabitants.
Okay. When you can want some? Yeah. And before. I respect them in terms of this kind of life, no?
Okay.
And yes, say, a man now started edges side way too. Edge way too. You can form one more. Almost say la hilala.
I have
Ilala. Alhamdulillah, Sumala. Oh, yeah. You're all those in a. If you trust it, you're bowing.
Yes.
Now, Pedro Akoma is said to Rafa Quran or Kotu. Surah 27.
You reckon?
Now, your bow name, bounce a dross. Yaba.
I'm going to say, Wake Up Africa, oh, Royal TV.
Fakuru, the mom. No, pa. I couldn't add a pa. The boat was yeah, on board. Now, Dama, how do you know? At the church, over to you. It says there, bad body, I got there. Look, I'm going to chair. I'm going to chair. I said, well, we can't go to you from now. Now, we have a solid SDA for MSB. Yes, MSB. Like I said, with evidence. Okay. You can't SDA the word. I will arbitrate. Now, a share comparison. You are saying, almost a year, you come once a minute. You can't SDA a sort of arbitrate. After the little time, you can't surround a son of home to work. Yeah, Michael, Bonnie, to young Kawasami, and you are Africa, a Tiako. I did. And I'm on the school soon. So much Sankolano. And you know, the solution to this problem is here be of Adama. Your man about Uncle Schools, we educate you. There's nothing the government can do. I'm bound to be actually, I have to do actually. No, I'm not passing. Until your mark. Your dad channel. Let's say more divine education. I'm telling you. Give me a great thing about them. I know I do. And then I saw for a pitchy as a portal. I might agree to you. The idea you live in the food room. And that's all. I might get to more. I'm a passer. I also. The better.
You Marty. Obviously, you're going to air kind. We are 15th October 1999. Graphic and Parliament approves controversial bill. I said the French Parliament. 1999.
That's why I love this man. That's the name, sir. Free, man. Free. Yeah, man. Talk. No, I don't know. 19 years. The keep.
Mati. But many of the Quran for the hour kind of. As a parliament, I'm holding a Quran here. Look at this. Quran. Many of the stubborn. Oh, Salah, no. Community in Salino. To me. What could you see? You're going to think of the I'm telling you, who are if I chow? Who's in here if I chow? Because I'm about the state. And I'm going to say, our 13. Yeah, Leviticus 2013. Yes, 2010. It is there. Yeah. You don't know some of us are abomination. When you want to say, if you are gay, what could pay the shine in fee? Too fast, hey!
Hey, I said, Togo Afade, or Togo City. That's not no. Obey. Ah, and so now, I'm going to say them, not a four, I can't for them because of their money. You say, you're seeing a couple. Obua. Very before, we are not cool. Abanku. Only day, we go more about class in the cool. About watch what to we say, but call your couple and watch your name. Simple. What's your uncle?
15 October 1999, graphic.
15 October 1999. How many years ago?
24 years now.
24 years.
Yeah. Parliament approved.
Yes. We will not be a champion.
Parliament approves controversial bill. The French Parliament has approved a controversial bill that gives gay couples many of the rights enjoyed by married people.
France, you say?
I see my engine too.
You say?
You say my engine.
Thank you.
France is my dear too.
Another one.
You go another one.
Only France.
Marriage by gays now legal in Holland.
Holland. You go.
Surviving, okay. Rise of, okay. United States recognize gay marriage.
Nations, thank you.
Spain approve gay marriage bill.
Spain approve.
South Africa to have same-sex marriages.
I'm saying that too.
First,
maybe
okay.
I don't book maybe
oh no, who said okay. Demographic
5 days with evidence, authentic information or proof sheets. Demographic that's why we took our the coming the sense say
okay.
I did a question a penny a man will say a comedy a compound but no, yeah, with the Sasa Sono. We be few as I can't like the Sono. No, I'm my man, a pass a corner. You go for kind. Or some now, my mind now, only yet. Quite.
We're Daily Graphic, Friday, July 1st, 2005. Spanish MP approved gay marriage.
Thank you.
We see first gay wed in South Africa. We wedding. Ghanaian Times, 5th December 2006.
Thank you.
We see 1st August 2003. Ghanaian Times. Also, more countries allowing gay marriages.
More countries
allowing gay marriages. Vatican.
I know what about the no kind of.
Yeah.
What's in that? I'm a man no
Thank
you.
We are 6 July 2005 graphic about saying U.S. church back same-sex marriage. We see a graphic.
Come on,
okay. We see a John. We are Daily Graphic December 22nd, 2005. Sacrifice.
And the yes now budget so and Europe we're gonna have to
okay. John wedding takes place. And it's been kind of okay, uncle we see okay, let me say okay. We see by the Statesman, 2nd April 2009. See, gay lesbian club kicks off. We see a Daily Graphic, Friday, December 22nd, 2006. Lesbianism and homosexuality in schools.
What? At the Southern School.
At the Southern School. At this school, math teacher dismissed. And then dismissing so gays are.
Okay, no, I'm not for to say, so I didn't say a buyer in it. Now, I'm a mind and an air passing, and this I love to moon. Then I say, a ban who are called me. If we were a ban to a sense, say, there are two gentlemen penino, and then one in a man of sono. your mom penny abano, Omusoro. Montpellier say, I'm no sir, no London.
Okay.
Into February for no million, a 2 million no, get to my rights. Until London, no, dear. On Mass, I don't know. We are now one day. Omiliano, no woman, Akasa. Na Panabere, a bit see woman. Who for the kind?
Okay. Oh, Al Jazeera.
That's true.
I remember that interview very well.
But when the car couple said, we go from and say, and then therefore, a 17 year campaign. I was gonna say. No, therefore, one, therefore, coming, I was gonna say. I was gonna say. You think you're afraid? No, sorry. So called a Christopher, no, sorry.
Therefore,
coming. Mr. Music Man, man, leave your name call. Therefore, coming, I was gonna say.
I will share our TV.
Schools. Women. I didn't say, okay, you don't know. I also.
As my okay, no child, me secondary school 2000 and that's 5. ABC. Now I don't know about you. About Mema. I think from
crazy outrage that has been sparked against LGBTQ and sexual minorities.
Sister Derby, I believe my life don't be this. As I start to shine, don't be fear. Them the worry, say why I live my life like this. I'm sorry, sorry. I know they live my life to be. Them the worry, say why I live my life like this. I'm sorry, sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Kojo besia.
Jesus Christ teach you to love.
Na wetu ya share Israel video odi aba true enwo na oti ye no nyame na mebo sisi ano ekom na ogbade e ka se besi asase su no boni na ye di no no hu kom na e di omaye sofa just me say eba nyame na me kra
mama fa tia se e gbe na sha smade ye wura o bema
really
you know, searching for piece of for interview, no. You say, or I'm a gay for. And you see, it's a football gun and more. I'm also supply, I to supply one. Into on your bar or your Bema. 4,000. Or your Bema. Now, I say, or in a drew. Tam no swan. What could you do, Berman? What could be operation? Maybe or balance the atom honor. A donor or the not to swear on them. Until the voice actually about bar. The Mufu Abba. The Tosono Eba. The hips also Eba or the Doso on them. Until a machine say, they will say we are Ombra America. Nothing you put in. Your mano a ma sobanibi. Nothing fitness be complete. It is a new autono. You say, I do not know what you or to Ghana has it. A telephone in any Pia. Get for flag away on the channel.
Multicolored.
Yes. Now, you knew the best you next week, a bear for my first day being trap next week. Time into say, almost a baby. Now, my Bokorano. Na ebe kan papa mo hunu boni a tade lechi ai hu omo a ife kan e so mo so kwa e na mo sikro no go so sikro tati e ya advert no mo no si market
Oje ra se se ijo kan no em se kasa no bi wo ho en kan na kan me force se nko mbe SD4 die no na nka omo hu omo smoothness level na so die tibia si obi die mo ato ha Abija Buswa will share our TV. A program I to the Wake Up Africa. You could see the be a board doing Kena, Eddie Brown, and one of Buswa Wushi. Na Senator Albertia Sierra. Abaka Sambi Biafra, lesbianism, gayism, Easter, Bosu, Easter, who are Mambrene, the Kosu, a Christopher Jatumwa. And one Baka Sambi, every day where to do, and man, that those things, a Kosu, Viasi. And only liberty. State lay suo sana na yo ba e bema we twa ne bema na wama ade no asensana duru be na sifam nti be hu abeka say light na so na enye light na so e bema anjo fefo bi aba so ba cho de bi afefi ni udi o hwe Wake Up Africa. Good afternoon guest here metonka opening obetumi akasa metonka pa. Hello. I'm saying we're fear humano so you go so I kind messages no. I say nice topic. I'm so afraid for be about CCC and but you be afraid fini with the Wake Up Africa show. Hello me tonka.
I will never go about some
okay.
Mo be any if you say minimum classes that Christianity credit and count to kura Celebrity Stadium see America for more freedom or more something. Meaning now we say it is a panel, the person be say offer and if that if it's any of the quarry someone and intimate TV for a pastor have a banner and the person who quarry someone. Yes, you're fast on that TV and me and me.
You open it no question African Hebrew Israelite yan and more he. Fa omati school edumi mininde bia omusia ade me de Israel normal no atudwa dada obetumi afre na ofra na zo betumi afre na bibia akoso pepe ofrefo afre si bacho bibia afre fini udin o hwe Wake Up Africa show. Hello metonka. Hello metonka bacho betumi akasa aja yanko metonka. Okay. Eja yanko eja Benjamin meton kapa. Oh meton ka emse na homa no emunte papa meton ka sa oteme nka dia. Okay. Okay. Asem kesi no we say you asem kesi pa. Nice topic. Keep it up with the good job from Desmond Buedu Mampontain ono so no de bae. But your friend for our facing baby our friend fini with the Wake Up Africa show.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon boss.
I tell some abu mitasa everywhere ashama.
Enko eja ashama yenko.
Ashama ne juma pa mo yemo magana.
Yeah that's it.
na the mechanic say on say I don't know and the kwena na mo kanu by mo yin to say asofo no any parliamentarians no e fa ye do nti I don't know say kasi ye ja Ghana parliament say omo hwe no mo di huduma on be pass ade no omo fan say 2024 general election what presidential what parliamentary no to gay if we money pass 275 and could decide in my I will say I decided my own.
Opening me that welcome. I'm now beginning to understand why Ghana is suffering, and I believe it's Yas Yehovah who is punishing us because we had a president who blah 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 blah. Offer for our facing baby, offer for you, the Wake Up Africa show.
Your friend me, I just come make a free Kumasi. Yeah, but my name will change on the test. There's a ring in a muno. And if I'm so in now, so be sorry against it. To be fair, and I'm afraid. I'm about my basso.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, there was so waka. Well, it's a good afternoon, Mr. Host. Please, why churches in Ghana still fighting? Friend for Africa, but your baby Africa within.
Maybe tell you now that make a suffering in let's say, and penny phone or one day, bro. And as I saw for actually, and no more music the AD, and you do more yen there, and why you free and solia, a betting some more. You can come make canon.
Yes, yeah, that's it. I say good afternoon, Mr. Host. Please, why churches in Ghana still fast and serve and less different and worship different God? I am Da Costa from Sifi. We also, I'm sending a message now, Maclear. Offer for our facing batch of baby and free with the Ocean Wake Up Africa show.
Abraham, free at Mapo.
Okay,
and what are Roma? Media machine, you may be saying in Tiana, Cafro, Yana now or 2 for Tico Cost.
Now the idea is say, I am me so than too much you. Say Bible na enya na say so many you who so many ye. The question no you who Bible no so many ye and say Bible na enye. Ko do e bi armo ko tu free. Bible nim and I say animo. You ko tu free what na na say ade enye no. But do e bi abo me dey from point ya kan dey armo ko tu free ho. And enye bi an kama mo mo and I say yes so dia mo mi hu say
Mate.
That's not better mechanic.
Only you are not prepared. Or see, we Ghanaians are saying we won't accept LGBT and etc. But we used to say what man can do, woman can do better. I'm sorry, friend for be our face, baby, afraid for you. Hello, Metonka.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Papa. Answer let's online we said and clear Papa. You can be free back okay. We say Wafa, we thank you for opening our eyes today. But your friend for our facing maybe our friend with the we should Wake Up Africa.
From Kwame Sosa Teteka.
Okay. Metonka yanko eja.
Metonka la Paz Accra.
Okay.
Na ye penny for na omudi enimu na nanu man for na for mo chobebre omun sorry na sem we na omu no mu kata ama for betie ye tremo say ye tra hu sa obe hu na tinkense na je say afi de unam kromo a na ma no betumi na no mo fififi ma no abonti ni tremo a ye say ni de aje hu atu say ye de na nanu mu kwan so na ye nam enti ne echi wa de kese ma Ghana. Yes, then another man for Amuda, Kuku, and I saw more, and for more, or mine in a for a trauma. Own form would you move Mukasa Mubi. Not a time for Nukata. We are sure say Ghana for in a bed, a betty. any penny for ministers in the president, you know, we now want you move from one team.
I see the video of Jonathan Khan explain most of the transgender sexuality, but I don't get who is promoting the agenda.